Okay, welcome back to the session. I'm sharing the screen. Once you're able to see, just say yes in the chat box. Okay. Anybody confirm? You're able to see the screen? Okay, yeah, thank you. So we are discussing about the storage of this cylinders. So as we see in case of any leak, what we have to do is we have to use any suitable chemical, use as a torch, or we should use a soap water. We should not use our senses like nose, or we should not use any lighter or any naked flame to check the leakage. Then the quantity of the cylinder should be restricted if the toxic and flammable cylinders are kept in same shade, and the portion or the partition wall should be provided. In case you are storing in the same area, so you should have a proper partition wall, and the blast wall is necessary for the highly explosive cylinders, and in a storage of flammable cylinders, and electric wiring fittings should be properly flame proof, and also a non-sparking notice should be displayed, and everything should be double and also well ventilated. Also, fire extinguisher or emergency kits and PP should be kept ready in case of any emergency to handle. And if the storage is open and wire fencing and also lock door and key should be provided. If it is an open place, you should have a wire mesh to around the storage area, and also lock and key provision for the door. Then glass flow rate may be known by the providing of flow meters. If it is in a pipeline, we should fix the flow rate of the gas, and the metal of the adapter and also valve should be the same, so that the valve to prevent the erosion of the threads. So whatever the adapters or reducers, and also the valve should be the same material. We should not use the different materials, so that we can avoid the erosion. Then while connecting or changing the cylinders, necessary respirators or eye goggles or eye protection shall be used. And first the cylinder valve shall be closed, and also then the process the header valve, and this will dissolve any gas to remain in between. In case of any in between any gas is there, so that it will dissolve or it will dilute. For emptying the residual gases, the cylinder shall be heated, shall not be heated, and this needs a suitable vaporizer plant. Even if you see in the, as I taken a previous example, the roadside tiffin centers and all, they used to have the hot water in their one of the container. They'll put the cylinder inside that hot water, so that they try to consume the maximum amount or complete the gas inside the cylinder. Now we'll see handling of chlorine. This is one of the highly corrosive chemical and also toxic as well. So if you see this handling of chlorine, we should understand the properties of chlorine. Basically, it is in a greenish yellow gas, liquid or crystals. Melting point is minus 101 degrees and boiling point is minus 34 degrees. Density is 1.47. So that what will happen? It will always tendency to go in the floor level, or it will go to the negative heights, which means it will go to the pits or any sums which are nearby. That's why for the chlorine storage locations, the exhaust system is designed in the bottom, or which is very close to the floor area. And vapor pressure is 4,800 mm and 20 degrees, and vapor density is 2.49. And threshold limit value is 1 ppm and STL is 3 ppm, short time exposure limit. STL means short term exposure limit. The short term exposure limit is calculated for 15 minutes. TC for humans 15 ppm threshold concentration. In addition to the toxicity, it poses fire hazard also when reacted with any turpentine, ether, or any ammonia gas or hydrogen or empowered metals. And polypropylene bags or rubber or acetaldehyde or any other acetylene alcohol or any other materials. When heated, emits toxic fumes, and when reacted with water or steam, produces toxic or corrosive fumes of HCl. Okay. These are the properties of the chlorine. Now we'll try to understand what kind of precautions to be taken. One is employee selection and training. So the persons affected with asthma, bronchitis, chronic lung conditions, and also irritations of the upper respiratory tract should not be employed, and where the exposure to chlorine might occur. So the selection of employees itself should be physically fit. He should not have any pre-existing health issues with respect to lungs. And training classes for the both new and also old employees should be conducted periodically to keep them conscious and also informed of the hazards. And they should be instructed and also trained to adopt the preventive measures in case of any emergency and to use safety equipment. So they should be instructed and trained to adopt preventive measures. We should have periodical trainings for the old and new employees also. All the employees has to cover it. Then leakage tools. It is very important. The leakage tools or leakage kit. Do not use water directing on the leak. In case of any leak identified, we should not directly use the water jetting on the leakage, and keep emergency kits handy and also in proper working condition to control the chlorine leakage and train workers in their usage. And appropriate facility for the chlorine absorption through a caustic soda or lime or soda ash solution should be established and also maintained in the event of leakage. So all these absorbents, which means in case of any leakage, it will absorb the leaked material or chlorine. It should be kept ready near the storage area. And the container should not be immersed in same absorption medium. We should not immerse in case of small chlorine containers. In case of leakage happens, we should not immerse, and we should not dip or we should not pour over the containers. And ammonia water torches should be located near the any nearby places where chlorine containers are generally received, stored, or used in process, so that to facilitate the easy detection of leakage. So we use a cotton. Over the cotton, we pour the ammonia. We keep it nearby the chlorine leakage, so it will give a white color fumes, so that we can understand that there is a leakage. And self-breathing apparatus and gas mask and also emergency kits should be located at the strategic points and under working conditions, and also be easily accessible in the event of any emergency. The breathing apparatus include self-contained breathing apparatus and also full face mask or continuous supply air mask can be used for handling of such leakages. Then storage conditions, it is also in cool and dry and well ventilated, clean and protected from the external heat sources, and should be removed from the elevators or gangways or any ventilating systems. And ventilation must be sufficient to prevent the accumulation of vapor pockets. So that's why I told what will happen. There also they will install the sensors. In case of any chlorine leak happens, the sensor will identify and detect. Immediately it will activate the exhaust system. So the exhaust system also it is connected to the scrubber, so that whatever the gas leakage happens, it is taken out from the immediate storage location. It will route it through scrubber so that it will get diluted. So basically the system I have seen is even the shutters also will be interlocked with the sensor. Whenever leakage detects, those shutters also will be shut down automatically. And in case of any storage is not in the different building, it should be ground floor with at least two exits and the opening outside the supported from the other parts of the building by fire resisting walls and also floorings. It is in a multi-story building. It should be on the ground level or -1 negative heights. It should not be on the upper level because its density is more. It is always have tendency to go to on the negative heights. So it should be always in the topmost or the lowest level in the building. And cylinders or tunnels, this is how the chlorine tunnels will look. So store the cylinders or upright and also secure them, and they cannot be fall. And tunnels containers should be stored in their sides and also rails a few inches above the floor, and they should not be stacked or they should not be racked more over one height. Basically, if you see these tunnels, it should not be kept more than one on the upper. So one is in the bottom, one is in the top. Over that, we should not keep. And keep enough space between the containers so that the accessible in case of emergency. And store the containers in a covered shed. They keep them away from the hot sun and also other surface or source of heat. And do not store chlorine containers with explosives or acids, turpentine, ether, and anhydrous ammonia, etc. So that these are incompatible with the chlorine. And the cylinder should be stored on a cement floor and sloping towards the pit, capable of collecting the liquid in the cylinders. And under no circumstances should water be allowed to run on to the chlorine in the pit. You should not allow to run any water inside the pit so that it will come out or it will react with the water and generates HCl, hydrochloric acid, fumes. Okay. With this, we have done this session. If you have any questions, we can discuss. Yeah, I'll share this PPT. I think last two PPTs also I have not shared. I'll share class 1, class 2, and class 3. Today's class I'll share too. Wait a minute, I'll share right now. I'll not forget. Just give me a moment. I'll share right away to the institute so that they'll give you. I hope you people are preparing for exams. I don't know, maybe in September or October. I'm not sure exactly when they will conduct the exams. So prepare well so that it is easy for you during the examinations for the revision. Don't keep it for the last stating that, okay, one-day batting will not work in these exams. So anyhow, we'll give the important questions and answers. So that is in a different story, but you should be prepared well. Okay. I have shared. I have shared the last three classes PPTs. IS 107, so that you'll get it. Chandramati ji, I have shared the last three classes. I mean, I have not shared actually. That is my fault only. For these two classes, I mean, last two classes and this class, I have given now. They will give. I'm very sorry for that. Previous ones I have given it everything. Hope you would have got it. Okay, fine. No questions. We'll wind up the session. We have a session tomorrow also. No, only one class. Yeah, share. Okay, I'll inform them so that they will share back. Or else you can. I don't know what about others. I have given PPTs from my side. Anyhow, from my side also, I'll insist them to share once again. One all missed. If any specifically, if you have missed any specific, uh, I mean, paper PPTs. For example, we have finished IS 101, 102, 103, 104, and 106. Five papers we have done the syllabus. Now 105 we have not discussed. We keep it for the last. 107 we have done three classes, and we have 108 also. Anybody missed from these PPTs, we just check with the coordinator. They will give. Okay, fine. Okay, thank you. Uh, Maybe some of them today's weekend. So happy weekend. Tomorrow we'll have one more session. Same chemical safety, which is IS 107, class number 4. Okay, thank you. Good night. See you tomorrow.